What up? It's your Wood Incredible Man, and I'm back at it again. And this is Dr. Stone, episode 7. A lot of people may not say this, and they could disagree with me when I say it. But I am going to be brutally honest. Best episode thus far. All the other episodes, even the episode with Senku's revival, Senku's death, learning everything we did about the stone world. Excuse me. All of that was good. It was very great. But this is by far the best episode to me, because we have literally everything we could ever want, man. There was not a lot of action except for the whole few moments that was there with the two dudes from the village. But everything else was nothing but pure information and greatness and discovery and a little knowledge on towards the end. But it was great. The animation, as always, was fantastic. The story that they was telling about these villagers and everything was very nice. And just seeing everything was so wonderful. But let's talk about the episode, man. Okay, first off, it starts right where he left off last week with Senku saving old girl. And she was like, oh, I could fall for you. Well, not so much as fall, but like, I like you. And Senku was like, no. Emotions have a terrible way of getting in the way. And she's like, I never said I'm in love with you. And she was like, I'm admiring your sorcery. And which they call sorcery is nothing but science. And well, they're making their way to the village and they're discovering some more facts about each other. And it was nice, and it had very, very few comedic moments. There wasn't a lot this episode. And they're on their way, making their way back to the village. She gets some water from a hot spring for her sister, which we find out is sick. But they make their way to the village. And they're going there, and she was struggling, and Senku made a nice little ride out of the pulleys he used to save her. I just wanted to get all that out of the way, because what I really wanted to talk about was the heart of the episode, which was when we got to the village, when Kohaku and Senku got to the village. And Senku sees all these people. There's like 40 people. I think that was what they was guessing was like about 40 people. But what I wanted to talk about was, okay, we knew that Senku revived, but we don't know how he revived. He pretty much willed himself out, because he was nowhere near the nitric acid or the cave or anywhere. He just kind of just willed himself into waking up. And Taiju got woken up by Senku. But how did these people come to be? Now, in a couple, maybe last week or a week before, I said in my video that they were out living in the forest themselves, because we saw a glimpse of maybe Kohaku's sister talking to her, and when she was younger or like a baby, and I thought that maybe they were just like some nomads that lived off the grid, and that's how they weren't turned to stone or anything. But from this episode and Senku talking, these people are descendants of someone that woke up prior to Senku and everyone else being turned to stone. So hundreds of years ago, they woke up. But see, now this show, that's why I said this episode was the best episode thus far, man, because it's making you think a lot more. We're getting so much more information that we've been getting, and it's so deep, man. It's so deep. I know manga readers know exactly what's going on and how this happened, but for us anime only watchers, this is fantastic. We get these people that they've produced this village and they're living peacefully and nice, but they know nothing about the world before. So they're descendants of someone that revived after everyone turned to stone, and they cultivated a civilization and breeded some more people. And let's be real, some of those chicks in that village was very, very pretty. But like they just created a whole nother civilization. But these people know nothing about science, technology, nothing about the world before, and all they know is the stone world. Dude, does nobody get how heavy this is? This is heavy. Like, this is major for us just to get this in episode 7. I I don't know, man. It's so good. It's so good. Then we see Senku. Uh, he made bubbles out of the soap to get the guys in the village. I mean, at the gate to let their guard down. And but another moment, which was when Kohaku stopped them from attacking Senku. I knew she was beast when she decided to attack Tsukasa, but dude, she went ham and she stopped both of these guys. So it was nice, and I love getting introduced to newer characters and seeing how they're going to go. And now I know some of these people that we seen in the openings. I thought they were going to be people that got revived, but they're people from this village. The person with the head and the guy that's in the opening where we see having fun with Senku in the his little shed. So now I got more of what's going on in the opening because of getting introduced to the village. We have those two guys, and then we have Senku blowing bubbles to distract them. And then we get introduced to that guy, which is Chrome. And Chrome is a very nice character. Honestly, I like Taiju. So. But I'm liking Chrome way more than I am Taiju. And that is to the creator of the manga. That is just good. That's good, man. That is beast, man. Everybody, you gotta love Senku. He's the MC. But to have Chrome come into the picture and him take Taiju's place while Taiju's trying to infiltrate Tsukasa, that is absolutely fantastic. And Chrome is such a very likable character. He is such a good character. And let's be real, the little blonde dude that was, I can't remember their names, Kirino and Hirino or something like that. But the little blonde dude that was guarding the gate, dude, he reminded me of Asta so much. I mean, with the whole screaming and that was Asta all day, man. But I'm liking Chrome a lot more than I did Taiju. But after that happened, we get to this whole little montage and everything where Taiju, I mean not Taiju, Senku and Chrome are going back and forth with their sorcery magic, which is science. And for Chrome to figure all this stuff out on his own without nobody like Senku helping him or teaching him or no one knowing anything about science, for him to figure that out on his own, that is genius, man. That is great writing, by the way, too. And what Senku said makes perfect sense. You guys have this village, and Tsukasa would definitely come to kill you because you don't know all the stuff that I know, but you've been practicing and struggling and figuring half of the stuff out by yourself. And that's what he doesn't want. He wants everyone to live in a stone world and he be ruler or something. I think that's exactly what Tsukasa wants. But for the creator of the manga and for Chrome himself to figure all this stuff out, that is absolutely fantastic, man. That is wonderful that we have another person that's on the scientific level as Senku. Well, not on his level, but that's there and understands some of it. And the funniest moment, though, it wasn't even with the fire, with the rainbows, when he kept changing colors. It was, it was the part where where he was like, I know what I'll beat you in. Arithmetic. He was like, yeah, let's battle in arithmetic. And Kohaku pops up in the screen, was like, I just know Senku's gonna win this. And then they just show all of the numbers and math signs that he hit him with. And I was like, yeah, dude, there was no way you're beating Senku in math and mathematician. In arithmetic at all. What else happened? Oh, then we get into Senku taking over the shed. I know I'm skipping a bunch of minor stuff, but I just really wanted to focus on that this episode, man. They had the whole montage where they were struggling and figuring out different stuff. He hit him with the static electricity and all. It was all very, very nice. Then we get Kohaku going into the village to take her sister to the water, and we get introduced to two more characters, and we get introduced to her sister. Then we have Chrome and Senku at the shed, going through everything this Chrome had discovered and found, and Senku was like, yeah, this is some great stuff, man. This is some good stuff. Then he took some stuff and mixed it together, and he made gold. Dude, that's what I love about the show. You're learning in the process, but you're getting flooded with science, and you're getting such great storytelling and animation and plot development. You're getting such good stuff in this anime. It's just fantastic, man. Then he turns the dude that was such a stickler for the rules, spear to gold, and he was like, "You guys did you?" And Senku done it and been trying to like sway him to his side. He was like, "You guys didn't sway me at all." But then in his mind, you see the little picture of him just like stabbing stuff with the spear. It was cool. That was nice. Then we get to a little montage of them of Senku telling Chrome the history of the world and what was actually there and what happened. Now the whole episode was nice, fun, and enjoyable. But then when that happened, and it just briefed over, it was just like a little time lapse thing where it just went through it. But then when it slowed down and Senku was like, "Well, what's wrong?" And Chrome is crying, and he was like, "Well, why are you crying?" He was like, "I'm not crying." He was like, "Oh, yes, I am." And then he was like, "Because whoever turned the world like this and made everything miserable, I want to kill him." And I was like, dude, I'm with you, man. I'm with you all the way. There was no need for them to do this, man, because he wants to save Kohaku's sister, and she's sick. And, you know, let's be real, we don't know what kind of illness she has. But the great thing about this whole episode was when Senku said at the end, "We're going to make the strongest medicine to heal her. An antibiotic, whatever illness you have, you know, like something major, yeah. But antibiotics fight whatever's going on in you, and that is absolutely fantastic, man. I know I rambled a lot this episode, but there was just so much goodness, and I just really wanted to discuss everything that happened, man, because it was just so fantastic, man. Every moment of this episode was such an enjoyable episode, and to me, hands down, the best episode thus far. There was not a lot of action sequences or anything like that, and it wasn't like a major plot development because everything just kind of focused on Senku learning about the village and meeting some of the characters of the village for us. But it was so good. But best episode thus far, man, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, but best episode thus far. This is your boy Dick Incredible, man. Don't forget to smash that like button till you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them, and subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. And remember that anime matters, anime is greatness, and anime is life, man. Peace out.